What up, what up? I am your host, Following Christ, and this is your weekly wake-up call. Don't forget that you can follow me on YouTube at the name that's listed below on these videos, as well as subscribe, favorite, and share these videos with your family, friends, co-workers, and anyone you would like. Also, you could like us on Facebook at the name The Watchman for Christ. That's a page that myself and The Watchman 118 do share on Facebook. Don't forget that you can share that page as well to get our uploads and our Bible scriptures and daily thought questions that we do submit. And today I have a very interesting question for you. Are you ready? Are you sure? The reason why I ask this is because so many people spend so much time getting ready for things that really don't matter. We spend time getting ready for job interviews. We spend time getting ready to go to shows and ball games and practicing for this or practicing for that. But in the end of it all, does any of that really matter? So the real question is, are you ready? Are you sure? The Bible says in Matthew chapter 24, verse 37 through 39, "But as the days of Noah were, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. For as in the days that were before the flood, they were eating and drinking, marrying and giving in marriage, until the day that Noah entered into the ark, and knew not until the flood came and took them all away. So shall also the coming of the Son of Man be." Genesis chapter 6, verses 3 and verses 5 through 8 says, "And the Lord said, My spirit shall not always strive with man, for that he also is flesh, yet his days shall be 120 years. And God saw that the wickedness of man was great in the earth, and that every imagination of the thoughts of his heart was only evil continually. And it repented the Lord that he had made man on the earth, and it grieved him at his heart. And the Lord said, I will destroy man whom I have created from the face of the earth, both man and beast, and the creeping thing and the fowls of the air, for it repenteth me that I have made them. But Noah found grace in the eyes of the Lord." So, for 120 years, man continued to live life every day as if nothing would ever go wrong. They were eating and drinking, marrying and giving in marriage. They were getting ready for jobs. They were getting ready to go to ball games. They were practicing for things. They were just living as if nothing would ever go wrong. They lived as if they had all the time in the world. But also in Noah's day, God destroyed all mankind from the face of the planet, all except 8 people. So, brothers and sisters, I ask you this day, are you ready? Are you sure? The Bible tells us in 2 Peter chapter 2, verse 5, "And spare not the old world, but save Noah, the 8th person, a preacher of righteousness, bringing in the flood upon the world of the ungodly." If you read in Luke chapter 21, verse 34, it says, "And take heed to yourselves, lest at any time your hearts be overcharged with surfeiting and drunkenness and cares of this life, and so that that day come upon you unawares." We are warned to not allow even the good things in this life to take our attention away from what is the most ultimate important thing in life, and that's our eternal salvation. So it goes without saying that we ought not dare allow ourselves to fall victim to the wicked distractions of this world. And as we continue, we read in Mark chapter 13, verse 35, "Watch ye therefore, for you know not when the master of the house cometh, at even or at midnight, or at the cock crowing, or in the morning." If we knew when someone was to arrive for a visit, what would we do? We would make preparations. We'd clean our homes. We'd wash the dishes, wash the clothes, vacuum the floor. We'd get our affairs in order. We would clean our desk at work. We would straighten up all our files, get everything in order to make a good impression at our jobs. But sadly, for the one most single important being who is of the utmost authority, we give barely to little no thought at all for getting ready for his soon return. I ask you again, my brothers and sisters, are you ready? The Bible says in Luke chapter 17, verse 29, but the same day that Lot went out of Sodom, it rained fire and brimstone from heaven and destroyed them all. Even, this is Jude chapter 1, verse 7, even as Sodom and Gomorrah and the cities about them in like manner, giving themselves over to fornication and going after strange flesh, are set forth for an example, suffering the vengeance of eternal fire. Now, the wickedness that encompassed Sodom and Gomorrah only produced 3 out of 4 survivors from a deadly fire from above. These survivors were so caught up into the ways of life and good times and luxuries of Sodom and Gomorrah that they literally almost had to be dragged out of the city by the angels of the Lord. One was so attached to the ways of life in the city that they even attempted to go back, and they became a pillar of salt. So I ask you this day, one more time, are you sure that you are ready? The Bible says in Luke chapter 21, verse 36, watch ye therefore and pray always that you be accounted worthy to escape all these things that shall come to pass and to stand before the Son of Man. The Bible says in Matthew chapter 24, verse 43 and 44, but know this, that if the good man of the house had known in what watch the thief would come, he would have watched and would not have suffered his house to be broken up. Therefore be ye also ready, for in such an hour as you think not, the Son of Man cometh. Brothers and sisters, this is not a game. 8 people in the days of Noah. 3 people in Lot's day. We have about basically 7 billion people on the face of the earth. And you are telling me you think you're ready. James chapter 4 verse 14 says, whereas you know not what shall be on the morrow, for what is your life? It is even a vapor that appeareth for a little time, and then vanisheth away. Tomorrow is not promised. Today is all we have. The time to be ready is now. This is your host, following Christ. And whether you like this or not, the truth always stays the truth. It's time to wake up.